Welcome to War-Torn Portland. Today we're going to be doing a drill that comes from BlitzDG. It's called the barrel drill. The barrel drill is an important drill. It's the one that helped me most, I would say, in fixing my elbow dip. What is the barrel drill? Well, the point of the barrel drill is to correct your posture, to put it in the correct place so that you don't have to think about all the individual cues. Blitz himself says he got this cue by imitating form from Nicholas Antelo and Vino Macula. Also, Josh from Overthrow has specifically said, when referring to the barrel drill form, he said, why not go full European with it? Because the Europeans have figured out that this is a cue, a type of form, a pre-checklist that will help you keep space from your body and prevent elbow dip. First, we're going to talk about what the point of this drill is. Then I'll talk a little bit about what I like about it. Then we're going to put the drill to the test. I'll actually do the drill, and then we'll take a look at my form, and we'll take a look at what it does on the tech disc. Blitz himself says that for a lot of his clients, this helps increase spin. The reason I'm doing this drill today is because even though I've done the drill in the past and I have fixed my elbow dip before, there are some things that every player will just always want to creep back into your game. And for me, yesterday when I was throwing into the net, the elbow just kept dipping. I don't know why, it just did. So I'm going to do a little refresher today using the barrel drill to help keep my elbow up and away from the body. As usual, if you want the full details on the drill, you'd have to go to the original channel, the original video from BlitzDG. I'll link that in the description below. For our purposes, I'm just going to give a brief overview so that we can talk a little bit more about why it's a good drill and why I suggest that you use it. So the drill goes like this. 3 different steps, all of them centered around the idea that you should be picturing yourself holding a barrel at all times through the throw. Step 1 is just holding onto the disc with both hands. On reach back, let go of the disc and come through. 2 is having your hand on the back of the disc to help ensure that it stays inside you in a nice pocket position. 3rd step is essentially more of the 2nd step with gradually increasing power and more of your natural form. The reason I like this drill and this cue is, like any great cue, it helps you improve multiple things at once. I am holding a barrel. Super simple concept. I'm holding a barrel. If you're trying to get your whole body around a barrel here, you need shoulders protracted and forward, you need arms wide away from you, and you need to eliminate the flexion in your spine. We're not holding the barrel like this, we're holding the barrel like this. So in doing so, it accomplishes keeping the elbow up and away from you. It prevents spine extension and promotes a nice pelvic tilt with a little bit of lower spine flexion. It can help promote timing. You're not allowed to let go of the barrel until you are fully coiled back. At this point, I can let go with my offhand and let a little natural extension come out. This is especially accomplished in step 2, where you're holding the back of the disc. You're reaching back, fully coiled, then the disc pops out, and then we come through. And lastly, I don't think Blitz even mentions this in his video, but to me, if you think about this properly, it can also enhance your swing plane. If you're actually imagining that you're holding a barrel, proper swing plane dictates that we're never going to dunk the barrel over one way or the other. So in a completely neutral stance, I'm holding the barrel perfectly up. Maybe it's a barrel full of pickles. I don't want to spill any of my pickle juice. All right. As I rotate back, that barrel is still straight up. And as I come back through, I'm never dipping the pickle juice over. That is, unless I wanted to add a little bit of hyzer or anhyzer angle to the situation, in which case I could tip the pickle juice like this. Not only does the barrel drill help with elbow dip, but it also helps with proper shoulder position. It promotes a protracted shoulder. Now, the importance of a protracted shoulder during the throw is twofold. One, it allows space for the disc to get in here inside the body, as Blitz says it. And two, thinking about pushing your shoulder, your elbow away from you can help you to prevent retracting the shoulder blade, which is a real no-no. Between elbow dip and shoulder retraction, this is how you get some of the worst accuracy mistakes in the game. I'm sure you've all been there. I've definitely been there. Sometimes I'm still there. Now, there are a couple of things, in my opinion, that you need to know before doing this drill to make it successful for you. The first thing is the concept Blitz uses in an earlier video called getting the disc inside of you. We want the disc in this space where our chest would be. So instead of standing up straight, now the disc has no space. We are hunched over, protracted, flexing the spine, creating a ton of space right here for the disc to fit inside. As opposed to this. If you don't have space here, a good indicator is if when you try to swing through, you end up constantly hitting your own chest, hitting your shoulder, hitting up here by your face or your neck even. It's because you aren't holding the barrel. Give yourself space so the disc can come through. Keep the shoulder forward, the elbow away from you so that the disc is between you and your arm. If you retract, it's going to come in and hit you. As Will Shoestrick will tell you, the disc does not come through up here. It comes through down here.
I see a lot of people go from here and they try to pull through their chest. And when you try to pull through your chest, you don't use any of your muscles on your arm or your body at all. The best thing to do would be to crouch over just a little bit and come through your core area and really pull through and use the back part of your arm.
Here's DG Spin Doctor explaining the exact same thing.
We want as much space between the bicep and the body. And from here, whip out, in and out. This is exaggeration, of course, but at some point when you learn to do this, it becomes so fast that you don't even actually get that much in. And it starts to look like this. But when we learn it, we want to learn to exaggerate, especially because you get so tight here. This is the way.
Second thing is footwork in a proper coil. Coiling deserves its own entire video, and I'm sure at some point in the near future, I'll review somebody's drill or somebody's YouTube video on coiling as well. The important thing you need to know for the barrel drill is you're not allowed to open up this back leg. So when I turn back with my barrel, the leg does not move. The knee might slightly move a little bit out, but even still, I'm trying to fight to keep that knee in. Most importantly, when I rotate back, the foot does not open up. The goal is not to be holding a barrel backwards and try to heave the barrel forwards. The goal is to keep our legs locked in place, rotate the barrel back, and then rotate the barrel through. And until you speed things up, there's no reason to even open up the front leg either. Just stay nice and slow for the start. Once you start to add a little bit more power, then due to risk of knee injury, we're going to allow that leg to open up at the end of the throw. So keep those two things in mind when you're doing the barrel drill. Legs locked in place to allow you to actually coil when you're holding the barrel, and to get the disc inside of you. All right, let's get a couple throws in, get a baseline to see what my form's looking like. I would expect to see pretty good form on the powered down first throws, and then as I power things up, things are probably gonna get a little sloppy. So from my perspective, on those powered up one steps, I actually do feel like I noticed, first of all, a little bit of tweaking in the lower back that may be coming from some extension of the lower back at follow through. You notice that? Generally, I'm pretty good at maintaining flexion through the back, but when I come through, I have a tendency to release the core, open the lower back up, and that's when I end up with a little bit of pain. The second thing is very good during reach back, but on the way through, I felt I did a little bit too much shoulder retraction here in trying to pull the disc around. And one thing that the barrel drill can help, for sure, is to stop you from this feeling of pulling the disc around your body. Instead, you should feel like you are pushing it away. By keeping the barrel in position, pushing your elbow away, it can really help you keep everything going away from you instead of trying to pull it through and around. Anyway, I'm going to run through the entire drill, 10 reps of step 1, 10 reps step 2, 10 reps step 3. I'll show a little bit of that footage here, and then we will run back some throws, look at the form, see if I was able to tweak those little improvements. I'm also going to get some spin measurements right now before we start the drill, and I'll get some more spin measurements with the tech disc after the drill as well. Having just done that first set again, kind of important, at least in this first step, to disregard a little bit about what I was saying about getting the disc inside the body. We're going to get to that in step 2, but I noticed that sometimes the getting inside the body part is what makes you really want to pull it in close to you. Step 1, according to the drill, is to not think about getting it close to you at all. It's not about trying to bend it into you. It's just about keeping it far away from you, not worrying so much about getting into the pocket as just keeping it away and letting whatever elbow bend happens naturally happen. And you'll notice, as I was just saying before I started the drill myself, that you have a different feeling of pushing the disc away from you. Ideally, we still eventually want it to come in close and then out, but not focusing it on the getting it in close thing really helps you to feel that constant tension in the arm and the swinging forward and out. Okay, so now we're going to do step 2, which is holding the back of the disc and now trying to work back in a little bit more of that tucking in inside of me with just a little flick off at the end. Flick off, back in. Okay, step 3 now, we're going to just keep doing the drill. Think a little bit less about all the intricacies and just imagine that I'm holding the barrel. Work our way up from moderate power standstill to a little bit of a rocking standstill to a one-stepper. I've done the drill, took a little breather. Let's run back a few throws and see how my form looks after having done it.
After reviewing the footage, there are 3 main takeaways I have from this drill. The first thing is very noticeable right here, and it's actually me performing the drill incorrectly because I didn't focus enough on not spilling the pickle juice. This is a problem I have mainly only when throwing into a net, which is that I am reaching back a little too high and throwing downwards into the net, which is going to throw off the results and encourage elbow dip more than I want, especially for a drill that's meant to reduce elbow dips. The second thing I notice highlights what I believe to be a weak spot of the barrel drill, at least as it relates to my form, since I still had some lower back extension during my pull through. maybe it's just me, but when I'm picturing holding a barrel, I don't necessarily go right to the pelvic tilt and the spine flexion. So I'm realizing now the spine flexion and pelvic tilt is a little something extra I have to focus on and make sure I'm doing during the barrel drill. And the final thing I notice is what I believe to be the thing the barrel drill accomplishes best. It may be difficult for you to tell from here, but if you compare the picture I showed you earlier where I was doing some shoulder retraction and attempting to pull the disc around my body, and compare it to my form after the drill, you can see here I keep much better space with my shoulder protracted forward and the disc inside my body so that it's coming straight out of the pocket instead of pulling around my body. If you have issues with collapsing the pocket and retracting your shoulder, this is going to be a great drill for you.
So that's the barrel drill. Use it if you have problems with elbow dip, collapsing the pockets, or retracting your shoulder at the end of the throw. I guarantee you this will result in improvements to your accuracy and probably also your power. It allows you to use the full length of your levers and allows your elbow to hinge properly. Hopefully you found this useful. As I've said before, my goal with this channel is not to add to the noise, but to help beginners and intermediate players sift through it and find the drills that work for me. If that sounds like something you'd like to see more of, consider subscribing to the channel. I'm going to have more videos like this, and I'll review other drills that helped me. And I'll also do my best to respond to any comments or questions you guys have. So stick around.